the Conquering Mountain Scrapbook with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another Free Pattern Friday. I just love Free Pattern Fridays. They're so much fun. I get to come up with some fun, easy block for you guys to do to make quilt blocks over a weekend. And I'm just having so much fun going through my idea book. So this one we're going to call Bird of Paradise, and it's a really quick, easy block to do. You can either cut them with a Tri-Rex ruler, or you can cut them from the cutting instructions I've given below, and then you just have like these units here to square up. Now I've got all the triangles that are needed cut into from a Tri-Rex ruler, so those are easy cutting for me, but I've also given you the traditional cutting instructions, so you don't need to go out and buy another ruler. But first, before we go on, let's talk about Ina from InDe'B Quilt Shop. Now her YouTube channel is in the show notes below, and she has some beautiful fabrics and she has beautiful block ideas, and it's just very cool listening to her, you know, present her voice in quilting. So if you go check her out and you like what you see, subscribe, hit her subscribe button and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mountain Scrapbook sent you. Right? She doesn't know this shout out is coming, so hopefully it'll be a nice little surprise for her. Now, the other thing you're going to find in the show notes, besides in Ina's YouTube link, is you're going to find our Facebook group link, where we're growing rapidly in that group. We're having so much fun with the fabric swaps, the conversations, like we're sharing pictures and asking questions and, you know, talking about color palettes and all sorts of fun things. Plus, we have a virtual sew room that is just working out great for everybody. People are going in there and meeting up with other members, and they're actually becoming friends because they're sewing together and they're just chatting and having a great day. You're also going to find the Zoom sew link that is available for anybody that wants to join us, and that's from, you'll find the dates, sew dates there, from January to December 2024, and those dates we're committing to you, unless there's a big family emergency, to be available for you to come sew. Now those sew dates start at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and end at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's like a whole day. Like if you only got 3 hours to come, you come, pop in, and you leave. You know, it's all good. Join the conversation, participate in the show and tell. It's all good. Now, if you don't have a sewing project and you really want to just show up anyways because, you know, life has happened and you want somebody to go chat with, you want to bring your crocheting, knitting, bring it. It's all good. We're very cool with you bringing other forms of your creativity. That's great. So I also speak for to Quilt Gills, but I do it only over Zoom because I have a PowerPoint presentation. I no longer have a trunk show of any description because I've given away all my quilts to friends and family and, you know, charity. So I basically have to do it over like Zoom to be able to present, but I do it for free. Now I don't travel to the Gills or anything like that to also do a PowerPoint. No, I don't do any of that. So come on in. We've got some fun, cool, fast sewing to do here today. Okay, we're at the sewing machine, and what we're going to do is we're just going to sew up all the half square triangles. Now I cut these with the Tri-Rex tool, so I know they're going to finish at 3.5, right? And that tool, I cannot believe how wonderful it really is. It really is a nice tool. And it's, so I'm just you're doing 4 white half square triangles and 4 blue. So I'm cutting them like this here. Yeah, this is the hardest part of the block. It's sewing all the little bits and bobs together. Now I also cut these pieces out with a Tri-Rex ruler as well, and I just love the results I get with them. It's a 6.5 inch, 6.5 inch by 3.5 inch by the time you're done. When you're done sewing it, and it just works lovely. It's just really nice tool to have. Okay, there. And the last. Okay, now we're just gonna take these off. We always start with like the smaller units or the subunits first, because that just makes it so much easier. Okay, I put all the... Now, the one thing about the easy angle triangle ruler is that you can cut all your triangles out of your strips. So if you have 3.5 inch strips, this is, okay, line a white one face up and then lay a color face down, and they're ready for sewing, right? So, I mean, that's how fast they are. Now, I like to trim deeper in, so I'm just going to do the one side because the other side's already been done. And that's a nice feature, too, with that. Some people trim, when they're trimming their triangles, they trim straight. I trim in a bit, and that's what that easy angle ruler does for you, too. It makes you trim in a bit. Okay, now I'm just going to finger press these open a bit and put them on. Put them down where they need to go. There. And you can see this starting to come together. Oh, let's get these off. Let's get that trimmed too. Now this is a great one for scrap busting too. Especially if you've got some, weird angles and all the rest of the stuff. So let's get this. Now, I drew this a couple of different ways, and I am going to leave this one up to you to decide how you're going to sew it together. Because part of me was kind of liking this look, where, the blue and the yellow like create like a flying geese thing going on. I kind of like that look. But then I was like, well, maybe somebody else doesn't like that look and would like it to go like that. Where it becomes more of a parallelogram thing. Because you can change that outlook too, and you get a totally different look. Because then that looks more like a bird of paradise too, right? Like how they unfold, right? So, and you could also do them where they're like this, right? Where they're kind of like a sailboat. I do kind of like this idea. I kind of like that idea. Because it falls in line with this shape. Well, it kind of creates that, it fakes that silhouette. So let's get these sewn together. Now, I just leave, there we go. Yeah, get this done. And I'm out of bobbin, but this is sewing. This is what happens. At least I know I'm out of bobbin. And I didn't just keep sewing for, another hour without a bobbin. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That, it's things like that happen, right? When you're sewing, all of a sudden you're out of bobbin. And don't be too much of a rush, take the time to clean out your bobbin area, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm just going to pick out the worst of it and put my bobbin back in, because my brush has gone MIA. In this house already, it's gone MIA. So I have no idea where my little brush is that cleans out everything really nice. But it's, yeah, every time you change a bobbin, you should be cleaning out, at least brushing out your bobbin area. Because, wow, that sure makes a difference on how clean you're able to keep your machine. Okay, let's just put the rest of these out there. Okay. There we go. There. Now these are so easy to sew. There. Okay, and get all those four off. There. Now this too, you want to press to the dark. Okay. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all need a holiday, sunny and warm. So now all your subunits are done. So what you're going to do is you're going to start putting your smaller pieces together. And I am going to go with this layout just because I think it looks more like a bird of paradise than the other layout. So and there we go. Now once you decide which way you're going with these little triangles and you get this all lined up, it looks like there's a lot of movement in the block as well, right? Because this starts to give you an illusion of spinning. So it's kind of a cool effect. There we go now. Okay. Okay, we want to press to the dark again. There we go. There. Okay. Like I say, this one comes together really quick. So now we have to make another make the other units too, right? So because we've pressed to the dark on this blue, we want to make sure it's also in the same way where you have the blue is going this way. And that blue seam gets pushed up. Okay, just line it up. There we go. This is not going to take as long. As long as I thought it would. I don't know why I didn't give you guys this idea earlier, but it's just, I drew it, I don't know when. I can't even tell you when now. I drew it, and it was like one of these these things, well, I don't know if I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if, the whole idea. I mean, if you have a bunch of Hawaiian prints, this would look really cool. Hawaiian prints. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay. Now your subunits are all done. So let's line these all up. Here we go. Now, this is going to go that way because it's the path of least resistance, right? Because there's that seam in the middle. So you just press it out like that so it gets to lie really flat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well now we're putting this down just like this. Just like that. And there we go. Now we're going to get that sewn together just like a 4-patch. Well, that's all we're doing now is a 4-patch. There we go. And put that under. Here. Nice. There. And now we open it up and we got a 4-patch, so we're just going to flip it over. Okay, and now we're going to line up this side. Take your time lining it up. This is actually a really cool 12.5-inch block. Now you're going to just, for the middle here, you're going to just press to the path of least resistance. There. And I think it's this way. Okay, and then line this up at the end. There we go. Here we go. And now you open it up and you try and make sure that this thing will swirl, and if it won't pull open, like when you're going like this, because these lines are going this way, right? So you're counterclockwise, so you're trying to pull this so it will lie flattest in the center when you pull it open like this and lay it out. And you create kind of a mini spinning, like a, there it is. There's the center. Okay, so now you've picked it open. I've got my stitches so set so high that it's hard to pull it apart. Most of the times they'll just pull it apart, right? They'll just, by giving it a little twist, it'll pull apart like that. So then, these will all lie nice and flat because, you're now pressed it to the path of least resistance, right? Because there's no seams here, but here there is. So that's creating a bit of it wants to go that way, so you might as well not fight it. Now, here's what the center looks like. You can see that, right? Because you've needle, like you've nested those seams in the center. So let's get to our big ta-da moment now. Okay, here's our ta-da moment. Here's our beautiful bird of paradise. I had a lot of fun playing around with this, and like I say, you can switch these around however you feel is appropriate, or maybe you don't quite like this look, but it's 2 half-square triangles and 1 half-square rectangle. And if you make 4 of them all the same, all of a sudden now you've got this beautiful little flower block that you can now play with, right? So I think this is a good scrap buster too, because I was able to blast through my scraps just by using my the smaller Tri-Rex ruler. There's 2 in a pack, and one is a smaller one, and one is that pyramid. I use a smaller one to make these cuts, and then my easy angle ruler for these cuts, and you can cut them out of strips now. And it's that fast. It's that fast how to cut them, and you saw how fast it was to sew them. So I do hope you give this one a try. This one was a lot of fun, and it is a good scrap buster. So I hope everything goes really well for you and your family over the next week. And until we meet again, okay, take care. All right, bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our videos and being part of our Facebook group and coming to our Zoom meetings. It's been so much fun on this little adventure that we've been on YouTube. I just want to we are doing Zoom sew dates still coming up and those dates are going to be listed in the show notes of this video for the next year. We're making that commitment to you, and we're having a lot of fun with those Zoom sew dates. So please, feel free to come in. Even if you're not a quilter and you just want to come and do some crocheting or knitting or whatever, yeah, come on down. We're good. The other thing is I still am doing speaking engagements for the quilt gals just to help them out to get back on their feet. I am doing only Zoom meetings, and I have a PowerPoint presentation that talks about all the free patterns that we have put out and will be putting out to the world. So they're more than welcome to take any of my patterns and use them for their charity quilts, right? So that's kind of important that they know that we're there. So if you are part of a guild, let your programs person know that we're speaking for free over Zoom only. We're not doing any traveling or anything like that. The other thing that I want to let you know is that we do in our Facebook group, everybody's sharing pictures and having fun and asking questions, and it's a hoot. And we do still have the room feature in Facebook that we can go sew within. My admin person, Kathy, was able to set that up. It's no longer called Brenda's room, it's called Kathy's room, but we got a room. We do have a room working, so we're all happy with that. So if you get the opportunity to come join us on Facebook, that's great. We'd love to have you. So until we meet again, I hope you have you and your family have an absolutely amazing weeks ahead, okay? You take care. All right, bye.